Hello, I'm Roger Holden with Retro 66, a Route 66 revitalization project whose mission is to enhance the quality of life of East Mountain residents through economic development along the Route 66 corridor. I'm here to tell you about Hannetts joke, or as we say in Retro, Retribution Road. Few today are aware that a portion of Route 66 through New Mexico was originally christened Hannetts joke, conceived in the vision and sense of humor by one of New Mexico's most controversial trial lawyers and politicians, Arthur T. Hannett, New Mexico governor from 1924 to 1926. Hannett's joke had its origins in the bitter 1926 gubernatorial election campaign between Hannett, the incumbent, and the challenger, Richard Dillon of Encino. Before 1926, there was no direct route east from Albuquerque to Santa Rosa, or vice versa. What few roads existed were more accustomed to the tread of feet and hooves rather than rubber tires. If you were driving west from Santa Rosa to Albuquerque, there were only two graded and serviced roads. The northern route went through Santa Fe to Albuquerque. The southern route went through Mountain Air to Los Lunas and ending in Albuquerque. Challenger Dick Dillon's profitable sheep sharing and meat production operation in Encino was one of his glowing qualifications to be governor. In 1926, located as it was on a major east-west route, Encino was a prosperous community. After a hard-fought campaign on November 2, 1926, Richard Dillon wrestled the office of governor from Hannett. Dillon became the new governor. Hannett wasn't about to let this upstart merchant of Encino and member of the Santa Fe Ring, a group of attorneys and landowners who used their power and wallets to smear Hannett, have the last word. In November 1926, Hannett summoned his highway engineers to the governor's office and placed before them a map of New Mexico. According to legend, with ruler and pen in hand, Hannett drew a straight line from Moriarty to a portion of the Romero Highway just north of Santa Rosa. On that route, beginning December 1, 1926, Governor Hannett told his engineers to survey, cut, scrape, and grade a 69-mile highway before his gubernatorial term ended on January 1, 1927. The new highway would eliminate the need for travelers between Albuquerque and all points east to ever again pass through Romeroville and Santa Fe to the north or Encino to the south. A faster, easier route meant more traffic and more business for Albuquerque and New Mexico, but it spelled doom for the future of Encino. By December 1, 1926, state highway engineers in Moriarty and Santa Rosa organized their highway crews at their respective beginnings to the new U.S. Route 66. The two crews were to join each end of the new Route 66 at Palma, later to be called Clients Corners. The equipment operators of the State Highway Department were eager to participate in Hannetts joke. They fully expected the end of their own jobs and careers, along with Governor Hannetts on January 1, 1927, the scheduled date for the inaugural ceremony for the new governor, Richard Dillon. The math was simple. 31 days, including Christmas Day, to construct 69 miles of highway. The race was on. Men with red flags marked the path of least resistance through the pinyon forest, tying cables to the pinions which, with tractors, were yanked out, roots and all. The roads were then cut with rough graders, followed by finishing tractors and graders. Both crews stoically endured the bitter December cold with the misery of wind and snows on the eastern plains. Fences were cut down as the crews raced to Palma. Surprisingly, without the benefit of a formal process of condemnation, not a single landowner sued to stop the construction of the road between Moriarty and Santa Rosa. They probably appreciated the economic development of having a major highway run through their land. Nonetheless, there were some who bitterly opposed the new road. According to the engineer's report, suspects from the little towns of Romeroville, Encino, and Vaughn sabotaged equipment at night, pouring sugar into gas tanks and sand into engines. To protect their equipment, the loyal crews took to sleeping around their road equipment. On January 1, 1927, Governor Richard Dillon was sworn into office. That same day, he sent his engineer to Palma to put an end to Hannetts joke. As the result of a snowstorm, he did not find the highway crews until January 3rd. By that time, the crews had already met in Palma, completing a usable, if rough, road of 69 miles destined to become the new U.S. Route 66. Like the happy end of a typical Hollywood movie, instead of firing the employees of the Highway Department for sealing the fate of Encino, Governor Dillon honored their accomplishment and enthusiasm by keeping every one of them in the state's employment, with orders to continue improvements to the crude road. Realizing the value of keeping the voters in New Mexico's most populous city happy with their new highway. In the end, Governor Dillon recognized that Hannetts' joke was a product of vision that would benefit us all. Ultimately, both the joker and his victim shared the last laugh.
Boston, San Bernardino, won't you get hip to this timely tip? When you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.